Hey there, welcome to Rise and Receive. This is an opportunity in your day to simply stop whatever you're doing and explore how to receive your fulfillment by unlearning struggle. So today we're going to talk about one non-negotiable that makes everything easier. And Rise and Receive's been happening now for, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary. I started this back in July 7th of 2020, and I've done different series. So right now we're in a series that's all about ease and speed, how to receive your fulfillment with greater ease and greater speed. And today's going to be focusing on ease, how to make everything easier. If you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author, and I help goal-oriented, hardworking people to see the blind spots that keep them from receiving their long overdue rewards. And the way that I do this is I teach people the very distinct and result-producing skill set that I call receiving. Because receiving is a skill set. And what I've learned is that most hardworking, goal-oriented people know how to work hard. They know how to hunt, seek, and pursue their goals and dreams, but they're not as familiar with how to actually receive what they've been working hard for. So when we work really hard and we don't get our goals, what happens? We tend to work even harder. And this is what causes the upper limit that many times becomes the experience of hardworking people is you achieve a lot, but you can only go so far. You hit your glass ceiling. So I'm all about surpassing your glass ceiling and being able to do that with greater ease and speed. Now, a blind spot I define as when your current point of view hides an essential insight. And a receiving blind spot occurs when you are operating more as a human doing, i.e. hard work ethic, versus a human being, which is the heart and soul of receiving. A lot of people hear, guidance and teachings about being, but many people don't understand how being could actually be useful, productive, and generate concrete results in your life. And yet it is that missing key oftentimes to receiving those things that you've been wanting to receive and pursuing but haven't happened yet. So let's talk about the non-negotiable that makes everything easier. Today I'm going to talk about what I call the efficiency blind spot. So most people who are hardworking and goal-oriented tend to at least have an eye, if not a well-developed skill set on efficiency. Usually if you're in human doing mode, which is you're doing and thinking and working really hard to make your goals and dreams happen, you're always looking at how do I make this easier? How do I be more efficient? And that's great for the human doing or the hunter, as I say, the hunter's perspective on achieving concrete results. You get a target in your mind, you research, you make plans, you sharpen your tools, and you start to take some action and you go out and hunt your goal on the horizon. Efficiency is very important because the hunter needs to preserve energy. Because if you expend 20,000 calories and all you get is a rabbit, right, you're going to die. And so that's kind of built into our nervous system. So efficiency is very important when you need to do things, when you need to accomplish tasks. But when you're not reaching your goals, there's another aspect that you need to tap into. So what I want to talk about is what is the equivalent for greater ease? Because efficiency produces greater ease and greater speed. What is the equivalent when you're in human being mode? Now, this may be a really foreign concept, and this topic in and of itself goes deep. It's like an inch wide and a mile deep. And it's really one of the fundamental pieces that I teach in the Receive course. So I'm only going to be able to point you to it, but I'm going to give you something that you can use right away to start to open up to greater ease by tapping into the receiving or the being aspect of efficiency or the equivalent. Okay, so here it is. When you're in human being mode, the equivalent of efficiency in doing mode is safety. You must feel safe. You must feel safe. Now, when you are in doing mode, okay, safety is all about scanning for threat. to the exclusion of all else. You're very, very focused. Okay. And so it's about controlling the conditions of your life, the external world, the environment, even like your internal world. You're controlling your feeling, you're controlling your heart rate, you're controlling your breath. So control is very essential to efficiency and to safety in human doing mode. But, and here's the big but, you cannot control your outer world enough, excuse me, to feel safe. And this is the place that people keep hitting their upper limit. We try to control everything in order to feel safe. And you probably don't have to look very far to think about how often you've been effective in that. You can actually look around your life right now, and I'd be willing to wager that most people who are watching this video in this moment, you are safe. You might not feel safe. And so it's very important to see that our minds will create the struggle, will create the fear, will generate the lack of safety. And what that'll have us do, excuse me, I have to keep clearing my throat today. What that'll have us do is stay in doing mode, control, control, control. How do I fix this? How do I change this in order to feel safe? Okay, you can't get there. You can't get there by changing the outer world. So the number one thing that you must do to start to tap into the power of safety, excuse me, I'm having one of those rise and receives, excuse me. The number one thing that you have to do that starts to open the door to safety and open the door to ease and receiving is practicing, and this is a really counterintuitive skill set, practicing stopping. Just stop. When you're do, hunt, pursue, how do I make this happen? Stop. When you stop, it gives you the ability to tap into the power to choose where you put your attention. Are you going to keep putting your attention on the outer world and trying to fix, change, and control things? Or stopping so you can turn inwardly? Because safety begins in your inner world. It's all about where you place your attention. It's about feeling. It's about connecting to safety internally. Safety begins in the inner world. Yes, there are times that the outer world is absolutely unsafe. But there's times, many times that the reality is you are safe, but you feel unsafe. And being able to distinguish those begins with stopping the way your thoughts are going, the way your actions are going, that autopilot that kicks in when we're in human doing mode. You stop. You take some breaths. And then you activate the power of willingness, a willingness to feel, see, and perceive the safety that is already here. Now, why is safety so important both to ease and to receiving your fulfillment? Because when you are feeling threatened, when you are feeling unsafe, your nervous system kicks in and you really become this zeroing in, concentrated focus that's scanning for threat. And you are closed. That's what happens. We close in on the target. We close in on where's the threat. Okay, so when you're like this, you're not able to receive. But when you feel safe, you open. You become receptive. You can see everything that's around you, not just the threats, not just the avenue of escape. And this is a bodily experience. This is an awareness experience. This is about being. Now, it's the most natural thing in the world, but it's become so unfamiliar to many of us because in our culture, because of trauma, because of experiences, we've learned to rely on our doing skills because we haven't necessarily learned or had examples of the power of being. Yet being is, again, inch wide, mile deep. When you tap into the power of being, you start to learn how to receive simply because you exist, just like the tree. The tree doesn't hunt and think and pursue and examine or focus. It just stands, it stays, it's open, it's receptive, it's an invitation, and it receives all day long from life. It's an invitation, which now leads me to the thing I'd like to give you as you go back into your day to activate greater ease. Okay, first practice stopping. Just practice stopping throughout your day. And then as you take a breath, you can practice this willingness mantra. So this comes from the Receive Oracle card deck. Be safety for yourself. And you can now say this mantra as often as you like. It can only help you. I am willing to feel the natural safety that lives in my heart, body, and soul. I am willing to feel the natural safety that lives in my heart, body, and soul. Your mind is going to ask, what do I do to feel safe? It's not a doing matter. It's a being matter. It's an awareness matter, and it's a willingness matter. When you start to stop as often as you can and notice that you're in doing and trying to make things happen, trying to make things easier, trying to find the efficient way, stop, take a breath. Now you're aware and become willing to experience, to feel, to discover the safety that is already here. As you do that, the doors will open and more awarenesses will come and more next steps will come and more possibilities will come and ease becomes possible in ways you cannot even imagine. So if you'd like to go deeper into this concept, because it's a lot to talk about, it's a lot to teach about since it's a foundational concept around receiving, check out the link that I'll include here. I do a deep dive into the entire card, this card in the Receive Oracle card deck, where I read about it and talk more about it. You can also buy your own Receive Oracle cards and learn more. Okay, this is what they look like. Lots of light there. Go to receiveCardDeck.com. It'll take you to my Amazon store. You can buy them and start receiving right away as you tap into the power of being by unlearning struggle. So if this was helpful, please like, please share. It helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. And if you're on YouTube, click the subscribe link. I'll let you know each time I release a new video. Have a great day, and I'll see you at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.